question, and I apologize about that. But what is the best Christmas gift you have ever received?
Oh man, probably last year my wife got me a I forgot what the thing is called, but it's like a portable game thing that I can take. Literally, it comes with a TV. I could put my PlayStation off in there, and I could just carry it, like when we go on vacation and stuff. And I could play, still play Call of Duty, and I can still play Madden and kick it when I want to relax away from the kids a little bit. So yeah, I think that's definitely the best. And probably like thinking when I was younger, my dad had bought me a pair of baby blue Jordans, and I've never forgotten that gift. It was probably one of my favorite gifts of all time.
Next one's from Nick Underhill.
Well, first of all, which pair of Jordans?
It was 11s.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So the one I wanted to ask is Drew and Mike have only played 10 quarters together. You've obviously missed some time this season. Do you feel like, and this might be weird to ask, but like in late December, but do you feel like you guys are still possibly forming your identity or just scratching the surface of what you can do as an offense?
Yeah, I don't really spend too much time thinking about that. I just, I try to think about just winning games. I think the ceiling, right, for us, if Sean Payton wants to open it up, the ceiling could be high. Just because I know what I'm capable of doing, I know what Mike's capable of doing, and I know what Drew's capable of doing. So, obviously the ceilings can be high, but at the end of the day, I go in not worried about my stats, not worried about them, but just trying to be a good leader on this team, keep everybody light, keep everybody, making sure that they understand how blessed we are to even play this game. And but at the same time, we trying to work towards a common goal, try to bring a championship to New Orleans. And so I try not to worry about too much stuff other than that.
Did you always have that perspective, or is that something that you've gained as you've gotten older?
Yeah, as I got older. If you would have called me like 5-6 years ago, I would come on the media and be like, "Hey, yeah, you need to give me the ball. Like I need the ball. Like I'm trying to go pro ball. I'm trying to, And I guess with time you start to see. And I was always about trying to win Super Bowls too, but it was more of, just trying to. And it wasn't so much that I just wanted to just show the world like my talents, because I felt like I worked so hard. And that's still the same thing now, but it's just I'm not gonna go out and force it. It's one of those things that I'm just gonna let my tape speak for itself and let somebody else speak for me. But yeah, I'm enjoying my time here.
Next one's from John Frazier.
How you doing, Emmanuel? The machete kind of got me on that one. But how about this? Your touchdown reception against Philadelphia, can you just give me, I guess, a degree of difficulty on that and talk me through the play, if you would?
It's crazy because like when I had did it, I didn't even notice that it was like a difficult catch. Like I just caught it, and then when I went back and watched the replay of it, I was like, damn, like that was actually a really good catch. I caught it with one hand, but I was just so in the moment of just trying to cut the deficit, to try to get out with a win. But it was a play that we've had in for like 2 weeks. It was literally a boot play in which Taysom acted like we were running a naked to the right and tried to get the safety to bite. And me, my job was to pretty much sell the corner like I'm running a corner route on normal naked rules, and then just strike it back all the way across the field, and Taysom just lobbed it up. And he gave me an opportunity, I just tried to capitalize on that.
Next one's from Luke Johnson.
Emmanuel, I know you guys usually have that like 24-hour rule, but yeah, I know I also heard a lot of guys talking about like taking this loss and learning from it and kind of using it as like a stepping stone to get back out. So do you have to like, I don't know, like hold on to this one a little bit longer than you normally would, or is it just like completely?
Yeah, I think like we were on a 9-game win streak, and so you sit back and it's just a feeling that we're not used to, and then all of that, like we had the number 1 seed and we lost the number 1 seed, so that kind of affects you a little bit more as well. But it's one of those things you just gotta get over. I can tell you this. One thing about this team is that it don't matter if we got the number 1 seed or not. Wherever we go, they're gonna have to give us their best shot in order to beat us. And so, Yeah, the number one seed is sounds good. You know, you get to play in New Orleans and you know, be in New Orleans and home field advantage. But at the end of the day, like when the playoffs start, it don't matter. A football field is 100 yards, a certain amount of wide. You got 11 players on the field. We got to go out and try to win a game. And not only that, with like the COVID, you know, protocols, like fans really is really no difference. Like yeah, there's no crowd noise. There's nothing crazy that's gonna like take you out of the element besides the fact that you got to travel. Or you go to
Next one, Brown.
Yeah, wanted to ask you, you know, obviously your first year on the team, do you see any correlation between the culture of the locker room and the organization and the depth that we've kind of seen, you know, develop on the field?
The correlation of the locker room and the depth of the field, what do you mean?
Well, the culture, like, you know, guys that come, like whether it's, you know, guys wanting to come and play there, you know, real talented guys wanting to be a part of this team or, you know, accepting the roles they're given, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think Sean Payton, you know, I know coming here, you know, to play with Drew Brees and Sean Payton, it's just legendary. Who would want to play with, you know, that legendary pair? And so for me, like, you know, that's one thing that I've just been appreciating how they work together and how well they work. But as far as the culture of this team, you know, everybody knows you go to New Orleans, you're gonna win games, and you know, to be a part of that is special.
Next one's from Rod Walker.
Hey, Emmanuel, you're one of the few people on the team that's been on the same field with Patrick Mahomes. What's it just sort of like watching him play?
I mean, he's a special player. I mean, like every time you think you got him, you really don't have him. And I've been a part of like 3 games like that where I'm like, yeah, we got him, and then the next thing you know, he just does some spectacular stuff that you never seen. Like I think about the Denver game when we had him when he was just a young guy. Like he's rolling out to the left, he got the ball in his right hand, and he takes the ball and throws the ball with his left hand to Tyreek Hill on a big 3rd down. And that conversion pretty much beat us. And so then last year in the Super Bowl, we got him, and then he just drops a dime to Tyreek Hill, 3rd and 15. And so he's one of them players that, you know, going in, it's going to take all 4 quarters to beat him because at any moment he can explode on the scene, he could get the blinking like on Madden, and the next thing you know, like, it's out of control. So you definitely got to be in a game with him for 4 straight quarters.
Next one's from Amy Just.
Yeah, Rod stole my question, but what else stands out about that team, whether it's all of the weapons that they have on offense, on defense, special teams too? I mean, you've played against them several times.
I think just when you speak of the Chiefs, like they just got a legendary team right now. From Travis Kelce, a tight end leading the league in yards, from Tyreek Hill to Patrick Mahomes to the Honey Badger. They just got players upon players over there, and they play well and they play confident. And then they got Andy Reid, you know, who's a great coach in my opinion as well. And so every week, you know that they're going to come ready to play. And you know, and like I said, they're a team that you got to play all 4 quarters. You cannot let out the gas with these guys because at any moment, Tyreek Hill can go 80 yards at any moment. You know, Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes can find their groove at any moment. The Honey Badger could change the dynamic of the game. And so we got to be prepared to play 4 quarters of football, no matter what the results are. I don't care if we win it by 20, 30. We still got to go at it because, I mean, we've seen them in the playoffs. And versus the Texans. The Texans had them, right? The year that they won the Super Bowl, the Texans had them. And the next thing you know, they came back. So it's going to be a game that we got to play all 4 quarters.
Next one's from Luke Johnson.
When you're looking at the defense, it looks like they forced like a ton of turnovers. Has anything like kind of stood out to you when you're watching them, just whether it's their defensive backs?
Well, I know they want to play, man. They want to get in your face. You know, they're okay with OPIs. I think they're the most penalized secondary in the league the past 2 years. And so they want to get in your face. They want to play bump and run, and you know, I'm looking forward to that. You know, I feel like I got an array of releases that I'm looking forward to using, and getting open on and playing football. Because to me, like man-to-man is football to me. As of lately, we've had teams come out and play a lot more zone, a lot more cover two on us, but I like teams who play man-to-man, bump and run. Let's just get in our face. That's what we do. Let's go at it.
Next one's from Steve White.
Hey, man, that kind of piggybacks on, the last question, but when you faced him in the Super Bowl, what types of things, I'm sure the schemes, your schemes are different offensively, but the types of things that they tried to do to get you all out of rhythm?
I think it's just really man-to-man and letting, Frank Clark and those guys just go to work. And obviously they try to disrupt the timing of the play by playing man-to-man. And, when you got an offense with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, I think the way that they play defense is smart, right? Because obviously they're going to give up chunk plays, they're going to give up big plays, but if you're playing bump and run man and you know that you're going to put up points, then you know that, like, if you're playing bump and run man and you got a quarterback who's not accurate, then more than likely they're not going to be able to move the ball. Now, if you go against a quarterback who can, obviously you can exploit the man-to-man, but at the same time, I think that they're a well-balanced team by how they play offense and how they play defense. And so, and it's a formula that got them the Super Bowl, so they're not going to change.
Last one from Doug Mouton.
Yeah, hey, Emmanuel, going back to Patrick Mahomes, have you ever seen a guy who can throw so accurately at such weird angles? When you watch him, does that strike you? I mean, his hips and feet, sometimes he seems so wrong, and then the passes are on the money. Does that strike you?
Yeah, I mean, I've played with a lot of great quarterbacks, from Ben to Peyton to Drew, and I've never played with a quarterback like him. The only other quarterback that I've seen that makes like weird throws like that, all awkward, was in 2010 when I saw Aaron Rodgers, just off back foot throws, just ridiculous, like just dimes on the money. And so, and those two are legendary quarterbacks. And so I mean, Patrick Mahomes, obviously we all know what he's capable of doing. He's the highest paid player in the league. He won the Super Bowl last year, and so we all know what he's capable of doing. But at the end of the day, I still want to go out and beat him, and that's the goal at the end of the day.
Well said. Appreciate it, Emmanuel.